everyone, and welcome to the In Conversation series of nasscom. Last week, we concluded our FutureWork Meet 2024 and heard a lot of conversation which highlighted how hybrid continues to evolve and AI is becoming an integral part of how we work. Today, we'll take that discussion forward with a focus on how AI-driven collaboration platforms are transforming the way we work today. To share more insights on the same, today we have with us Mr. Sameer Raje, General Manager and Head, India and SAARC, Zoom Video Communications. Sameer is responsible for leading strategic initiatives, GTM, operations, sales, implementation support, and general management functions for Zoom in the country. Associated with the world of collaboration since its inception in India and having helped numerous customers and partners to overcome challenges around SaaS-based collaboration technologies, Sameer is sought after and considered to be one of the trusted go-to person by industry veterans. Sameer has been associated with companies like Cisco WebEx, IBM, and Microsoft during his career, where he built and led high-profile teams specializing in winning large, complex transactions. He last associated with Westfield Communications for close to 7 years as Director Sales India. An engineer from MS University of Baroda by education, Sameer is an avid runner, cyclist, and an automobile enthusiast. He spends his free time either working on or riding motorbikes. Thanks a lot, Sameer, for joining this conversation today.
Thank you, Neha. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you.
Sameer, so we all know that hybrid has become the new way of working post-COVID, even for organizations which are never working in that mode. And collaboration platforms continue to play a significant role in supporting efficient working in the hybrid as well as remote setup. Now, with the advent of AI, collaboration tools today are not only supporting organization in smooth day-to-day operations, but also helping them across various decision-making processes. Now, with that, I would like to start a discussion with my first question, on how can AI-driven collaboration platforms transform traditional hierarchies and decision-making processes within organization?
Well, I think if you have to talk about collaboration services, we've come a long way. Earlier, collaboration was pursued only as a one-to-one meeting and video meetings and audio conferences and so on and so forth. But today it has changed quite a lot. Now, if you look at the traditional setup of hierarchical setups in an organization, usually the challenges have been about information dissemination down the line. It is also about access to people, access to information, and all this residing in multiple formats. On top of it, you add about a dozen or so multiple technologies which have been given access to multiple divisions and then users. And then all hell breaks loose. That's what AI-driven collaboration platform can help to reset. And let me explain that. Basically, it provides access to people, information via the right technology. And if the employee is given the right amount of empowerment, it helps in right decision making. It doesn't have to really wait for the senior leadership to take conclude or give a decision out. There could be different technologies residing with the employee. There is an easy access to any member across the business unit, across the organization, across the leadership, at a touch of a button, at a touch of a click of a mouse, providing easy access not only to the person, but also to the information residing in it. Now, the information can be residing in multiple formats like chat, for CRMs and ERP systems and so on and so forth. But ERP can actually, the AI can actually cut across all these platforms and empower the employee with the right information with a summary of it. And rather than going into deep dive, helping the employee information at the fingertips rather than the employees struggling and scampering around for information. Which platform should I find the information in? So that's what the AI powered collaboration tools really help, and thereby it resets the entire employee experience and helps them reset the customer experience as well.
Sure. So I think it plays a very vital role when it comes to employee experience, and that is what I think most organizations today are looking for. How can you make that better? I think collaboration tools seem to be helping there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Moving on, I just wanted to check on, what ways does, AI promote inclusivity and diversity in remote and hybrid workplaces? And do you think, are there any pitfalls that we should watch out for from that perspective?
Well, I think this is a very interesting question. And sometime back, we did an survey post the lockdown opening up, and that was a time where we actually found out that due to the remote working, there was a lot of women workforce coming back into play, and they were getting back to work. A lot of women which were forced into their family duties and were unable to devote that amount of travel time, the amount of office time, are coming back into workforce, and that's a very positive and good thing to happen. Now, if you look at, this is one part of inclusion, but the other part often looked upon is about let's say the engineers on the field, the shop floor workers, or people down the line who really don't have a touch back with the senior leadership, and always keep on, they continue to say that, oh, what the senior management does we don't know, or the decisions taken by the senior management are not considering the people whom it impacts, which is at the shop floor level or site engineers. Similarly, for the technology team, the field engineers usually often keep on saying that, hey, the CIOs rolling out the technology really don't understand what I'm doing in the field and it doesn't help me. This is what it actually inclusion means. And collaboration technology helps you, whether you're in office, whether you're hybrid, that really doesn't matter. But, it really helps including and communicating across the divisions, departments, and irrespective of the location where they are. And let me go one step further down this. When we interact with a lot of large organization, the biggest challenge that they have, that the one business unit or the one division of an organization, what it is doing, the other one has no clue about it. Like, for example, I was talking to a very large organization, CHRO, and the biggest challenge that CHRO was facing was about the social and the charity work that they are doing. Now, while they're doing so much of good work and goodwill in the community, the problem is their own employees are unaware of it. And as a result of which, what happens is the employees are unable to connect themselves to the community, to the organization, and thereby there is no sense of belonging, and hence the culture is missing. So to bring about a positive culture in an organization, to bring that sense of belonging, it's extremely important to have an inclusive and diverse platforms which help in these areas. So if there is actually an organization which is large enough, or even for a small one, and it doesn't really considers what is required in the field, what they're doing is communicated well across the divisions and departments, it's a completely broken down environment, and it really resets, or really puts a lot of negative aspect on the culture of the organization, resulting in attrition, manpower loss, demotivation, and these are some of the challenges which a collaboration platform can really help reset.
Sure. I think it's very interesting to know, when we talk about hybrid and remote working, we only talk about women, who were able to rejoin because of the challenges that they were facing earlier. But it's very interesting to know that, collaboration tools are really helping on the ground to levels which were actually probably being missed previously when we were not using all of those.
Yes, and I would just add to that, Neha, and I will reiterate this. It's no longer about video meetings, or doing
True.
one-on-ones, or video calling or meeting. It is about information dissemination. It is about a sharing of information across the divisions and departments, and helping that open collaborative environment thrive across the organization.
True. Agree, completely agree. Now, just moving on, I would like to understand, how do AI-driven analytics and insights from collaboration platforms redefine performance evaluation and professional growth? So there has been discussions around that topic as well.
Well, yes, absolutely. And I think that is a growing area of help as we see advancement of AI technologies. I think this is a very critical aspect which is coming up more and more. Now, if you look at our own platform, Zoom platform with IQ for Sales, and even our AI, Zoom AI Companion, AIC as we call it, it really helps you in two directions. Now, AIC actually can help you, check and monitor the quality of the agents providing support, right? And help them improvise it, call queuing and their outputs and so on and so forth. Similarly, for sales, we have sales intelligence platform, which actually help you analyze what the customer is saying, what the AE is saying, what are they doing and interacting, what is the sentiment of that interaction basically. And then not only that, but if there are some good things, you can pick it up, record it, and share it further across your teams in the form of clips, or use it for coaching and guidance. And it gives you the complete analytics, in fact, to the extent that how many times or how many times your questions were asked by the customer, or what was, if your competitor's name was mentioned, and so on and so forth. So the AI tools are actually helping you analyze and do things differently and monitor the quality. Now, this is on the people management front. It is the same on the infrastructure front as well. If you're using collaboration platforms like Zoom, the benefit in that is you can actually monitor your hardware systems remotely, right? Let's say, for example, if you're monitoring your Zoom rooms, you can actually find out that some wire has come out somewhere. Or let's say I can actually tell that if the processor on your laptop is right now causing a problem, and thereby, the bandwidth is dropping, or CPU utilization is high, and hence the video quality is deteriorating. So it provides a support to the manpower, to the support team, to improvise their service level. They really don't have to sit and wonder, oh, really, what happened in that Zoom room, which is like maybe in another city, or why is Neha's video not appropriate, right? So sitting here, I can actually visualize, I can go through my dashboard, monitor the quality, and say that, hey, Neha, probably there are too many applications open, or your bandwidth is fluctuating, and hence you need to shift to an alternate service provider or something like that. So those are the kind of things which allow you to improvise your quality of service.
I mean, interesting to know those things. Remotely, if you can do infrastructure management, I think it solves for a lot of stuff, especially for people who are even working remotely. A lot of things can be catered to through
Oh
infrastructure
yeah, absolutely, and
management.
not only that, but look at it. I mean, we spoke about video clips. We spoke about sharing of information, analytics. Imagine if you have a ready video which tells you that this wire has come out of the hardware in the Zoom room, and this is how you plug it in. And two-minute video, you can just share it across with the person who is struggling there, who could be a senior person, and you
Right.
really don't want to be sitting outside, or a person sitting outside the video conferencing room or Zoom room, worried that whether that meeting is going to work or not. So there is no loss of time, and the productivity is taken care of. So those are the kind of things which take the productivity to the next level.
Sure, sure. Interesting to know that. We've talked about, how things are working well and how AI is also helping. But do you think there's still certain key challenges which organization face when integrating these AI-powered tools with existing workflows? And how do you think, organization can overcome those hurdles?
Well, I think that is the biggest challenge today, especially in a country like India, where the workflows themselves are broken. Not only are they broken, but if you look at the workflows, we are, in some organizations, are the slaves to the workflows, if I may say that. If something comes slightly different, which is outside the workflow, the entire customer service goes for a toss. Now, that's where someone needs to step in and ensure that the workflows are seamless and the information flows seamlessly between the different technologies. Let me explain. Like, let's say, for example, there is a legal department, and legal team has a particular application where the agreements and everything are residing. But there is a sales team which is interacting with the legal team, or procurement team which is interacting with the legal team for finalizing the contracts with the vendors or with the customers, and they don't have an access to that. Sales team works on CRM system, and the procurement team works on some finance ERP system, and all these systems don't talk to each other. And that's where everything goes south, right? Now, just imagine you have a collaboration platform with AI integrated built into it, and this collaboration platform is integrated into all these applications, like maybe the legal system, maybe the procurement finance system, and also the CRM system. So when you're having a meeting, you have an access to information at the touch of a button, and it's pulling out information or giving you the information what is necessary without even actually going to dig in deeper and try to find out. And that's what the workflows do. And it breaks down the silos of the different divisions and departments. Now, that is one. This is the standard collaboration platform. Now, what is happening is we are, as I said, slave to our own, doings. We created silos for applications of different divisions and departments. Now, what we are doing is we are trying to add AI on top of it. So we are adding silos on top of silos. And that is the biggest challenge, I think, in today's world. And that needs to be brought down. And at Zoom, what we are doing is we have incorporated what is known as a federated approach of our AI. Now, what does this effectively mean is while we use our own proprietary technology for AI, we also allow the customers to bring in their own AI technologies or bring in industry standard AI technologies like OpenAI or Anthropic. This doesn't this actually merges down the silos. This brings everything together because earlier you had applications not talking to applications. Now you're building AI which is not going to talk to another AI. So having a federated approach of AI, it helps breaking down these silos further. And I think that is the biggest challenge. We continue to build silos on top of silos without even looking at integration, without looking at federation possibilities. One large company will say that, hey, you know what, I got everything and this is my technology, take it or leave it, and it doesn't integrate with anything else. Second large company says the same thing. And then everything falls apart as an organization, as you as a customer starts doing. At Zoom, you can join a Microsoft Teams meeting or a Google meeting from a Zoom room, no problem at all, right? So that should be it. You can have a chat integrated with Zoom chat as a Microsoft Teams chat. You can fire a Zoom meeting right from Microsoft Teams meeting. For the end user, it's the experience that matters. For organization, the seamless flow of information and collaboration, that's what matters. And that's critical in today's world to bring in all the workflows together by breaking down silos. And that's what Zoom's approach is.
Sure, I think, and I'm sure people from various organizations who listen to this today, maybe they'll have a lot of learning, I think this is one of the biggest challenge internally most of the organizations today face, that, they continue to work in silos and they lose a lot of productivity and productive time across teams because they are unable to integrate things.
Yes,
so I think this could be a big help.
Yes.
Sure. Just as we conclude the discussion, I have a last bit to ask. As AI continues to advance, how can organization ensure that human creativity and intuition remain central to innovation and decision making in the today's AI powered workplace? So, any thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's we are far away from where AI starts creating things by its own, right? I mean, human creativity is the base of everything, and I think that's not going away. So the kind of inhibitions that a lot of people have to put at rest. What will be going away immediately, and in the near short term, or even in the long term, I think, is the repetitive tasks, the which will be going away. The need to go through tons and tons of data will go away. The need to, like for example, when I talk about collaboration technologies, when there is an all hands call happening for me, it is like at, I think, almost midnight hour. It's close to about 11 or 12 in the midnight uh, because it's US time. Well, I am always optimistic every month that I will listen to it tomorrow morning. And when the tomorrow morning comes, I just get, caught up in my whirlwind activities and I don't have the time to go through it. But you know what? Today, AI can give me just a summary of the call and I don't have to go through it. Right. So it's not taking away my creativity, but it's helping me get included in the all hands call at the ease of my time. So those are the things. It helps me drafts email to chat messages to a lot of other things. So a lot of my, time is saved over there. Now that's what happens, especially when, that's today when I meet with a lot of CIOs and CXOs. The biggest challenge they are facing today is whom should they roll out the AI tools to? Should they be rolling it out to the employees who are going to be productive, or they should be rolling it out to the senior leaders because they want it? And at the end of the day, there is a huge cost to it, right? You end up paying $30 per user for that, and whether that option is going to happen, not happen. So people are really worried about it. CIOs are worried about it. At Zoom, what we are trying to do is trying to bundle it at no cost. So Zoom AI Companion today, if you're enterprise customer, if you're a paid subscriber of Zoom, AIC is available to you at no extra cost. You just have to enable it from your facility. So if to answer your question, I think as far as the human creativity is concerned, it's not going to go away. Decision making is not going to go away. Jobs are not going to be lost. But what's going to happen is AI should be looked upon as a tool that will help people increase their productivity, reduce the burden of uh, going through repetitive tasks, and basically uh, reduce that tax of working on a whole lot of things into detailing part. If you ask me 20 years back, if somebody, and it has happened with me when I tried to position a collaborative tool with video and slide sharing, the person jumped from his chair and he said, why do I need this? I was like, well, it will reduce your travel and help you, be more productive. His reaction was very different. His reaction was, no, I want to travel. I said, why? He said, because I'll lose out on my daily allowance and I won't get to stay in a hotel. I won't get to get away from my family for 2 days. And that's what you are trying to do. So no, I don't want your tools. Come today, look at it. What has happened to collaboration today? If the information is not getting shared, if employees don't have access to the right information, it's a broken world. It's a siloed world. Where we were 20 years back and where we are today, AI is in the same stage. Probably few years down the line, not 20, but maybe if few months, few years, 1 or 2 years down the line, if we talk about AI, we would be in a very different stage where people will not be talking about losing their jobs, but using it more effectively. Like, for example, if you want to travel somewhere, just fire up your chat GPT and ask a question about, or to a AI companion, please help me prepare my travel itinerary for X number of days for so many family members, and bingo, within few seconds, you'll get the itinerary done. So those are the things. You don't have to go to the websites and try to build it yourself, right? So I think that's a positive aspect, and that's how we should be looking at AI.
No, I completely agree. And while I just want to add a few things, what we heard on the event is, even with AI, critical thinking, softer skills will be even more important. So, you just get free up of all your mundane tasks and you get more time to, spend on your strategic decision making, as you just said. So I think AI is there to help, and I think most of us need to realize this and accept and adapt to it. So
Absolutely.
I think with that, Sameer, those were the questions that I had, and it has been a wonderful discussion. And just to sum it up, I'll probably say that, collaboration tools are there to help and have been doing a phenomenal job, especially, as you just said, pre-COVID, nobody ever thought that, the way today we work, we could work like that without the travel, without going to offices. People, some organization never could visualize that we couldn't work in a hybrid setup. But I think collaboration tools have gave us a new way of working, and that too efficiently and productively. Plus, as you just said, the way collaboration tools today are able to give us a more inclusive setup, and not just inclusive when you said only women being included, but across level, the shop floor employee today feels more part of the as a part of the organization. The sense of belongingness that these tools are bringing, I think that's another takeaway for me today. Plus, people management and infrastructure management, if these tools are a big help, then I think it can solve for a lot of time loss by people across teams. And then if we can break the silos, then I think nothing like it.
Absolutely. I think you summed it very well.
Yeah. So I think with that, we can call it a close. And I would once again say that, it has been an insightful discussion. And thanks, Sameer, for taking time out and sharing the insights with us. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I'm sure that the audience today has a lot to take away back home. So thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.